All right, so welcome back to the P&B Morning Show, reaching live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I'm OJ, I'm Omike Joseph Matthew, and of course, my co-host, Chidi Kenneth, is also in the building. Okay, so Chidi, we're about to start our very first topic of the day, and we're looking at the issue of emergency Senate session that we've talked about earlier today. That is
the reconvening of
the reconvening of the Senate to tomorrow
to look into
Tuesday.
the Electoral Act.
So, is it responding to public pressure or political necessity? So that's what we'll be looking at today, and we'll be having a guest joining us virtually this morning to dissect this very important topic. Now, the Senate is set to reconvene on Tuesday for an emergency plenary session following growing public pressure over the exclusion of compulsory electronic transmission of election results in the recently amended Electoral Act. Now, lawmakers had last Wednesday suspended plenary activities for 2 weeks after passing the Electoral Act Amendment Bill, a move intended to allow senators engage with heads of ministries, departments, and agencies during the defense of their 2026 budget estimate. A memo notifying senators of the emergency sitting, dated February 8, was circulated and signed by the clerk of the Senate, Emmanuel Odo. According to the memo, the directive was issued on instruction of the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, who also appealed to lawmakers to attend this session and express regrets over any inconvenience the sudden recall might cause. While the notice did not specify the agenda for the emergency plenary, indications suggest it is linked to widespread public criticism of the Electoral Act amendment passed before the Senate recess. Although the legislation introduced several changes, public debate has centered on the contentious provision that declined to make electronic transmission of results from polling units to the Independent National Electoral Commission's result viewing portal mandatory. Of course, the decision has drawn sharp reactions, with many political parties, civil society groups, and political actors calling on the National Assembly to review and reverse the clause. So this morning I've been joined by a former legislator and political activist. He is, of course, Comrade Daniel Edoache Ate. Is joining us virtually this morning. Good morning to you, Comrade Daniel. Comrade Daniel, can you hear me? Oh, please, can you unmute? Comrade Daniel? Can you unmute?
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
Morning. Thanks for having me.
All right. Of course, my colleague Chidi Kenneth is also saying good morning to you this morning.
All right. Good morning, Daniel. Welcome to the morning show.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's nice having you this morning on the P&B television. And of course, we're looking at this very important topic, emergency Senate session. Is it responding to public pressure or political necessity? So what do you have to say to us, Comrade Daniel? As a former legislator, what has been your take on the recent controversy surrounding the Electoral Act since last week? Very quickly.
Anyway, my take has been that Nigeria, having more than 300 million populace, and apart from that, being the largest Black African nation, and to add to it, being member of the United Nations organization, where we have a General Assembly, the UN General Assembly, where member nations are democratic nations. We have been overdue to have digital voting system. And when I am talking about digital voting system, I mean absolute digital voting system, where the electorate and not the ruling class, the electorate, the citizens, determines who leads them in government. And when I mean government, I mean the federal government, the state government, and the local government, and also the arms of government, the executive arm, the legislative arm, and the judicial arm. Now, what you have in the Nigerian system is absurdity. It is not democratic. It is not even right of citizens to elect who lead them in this country, either as governor, either as local government chairman, or as president, or even as legislators. Sadly, what electoral act that we are talking about, transmission of result in real time. Legislature.
Yeah, Comrade Dan, it appears we've lost the sound from your end. Can you please check your sound, please? Oh,
We can hear you. Not
you're sounding very faint this time around, not as loud as before. Okay, yeah, loud and clear now. Yeah, of course. Go ahead, please. Go ahead with your thoughts. Yeah, go ahead.
And you can see the network disparity because of interference, and it's part of some oversight functions of the legislators. But let me not go there.
And that brings the next question very quickly to you before I allow my my co-host to ask you a question. This issue of network that you just mentioned, don't you think that this is even one of the reasons why the Senate earlier thought that, look, we don't have the infrastructure in the first place. Why should we approve that?
Don't go there. Don't go there at all. Let me tell you why. You see, in 2019 and in 2020, I made a comparative analysis about our IT providers, what they are doing to us in Nigeria, the African most populous nation, and all those about the third or fourth economy in Africa at the time, that the Nigerian Communication Commission has compromised the standard by which they were the responsibilities that they have to carry out. Now, the NCC knows that our and even Nigeria Sat1 is supposed to give us absolute frequency for our modulations or whatever we are doing.
Now you are saying that they are supposed to, but at the moment, the technology. Yes.
Listen to me. Don't cut me off so that I can try explicitly for you to understand.
Okay, please do that quickly.
They are by law and by budget. The budget allocation to them is a maximum budget that we can even flow on the geometry of 5G. Even 4G or 3G or even 2G can drive any network from any local location.
Okay.
Even if it is the deepest, the remotest village, you have your mast. Your mast is your local area network. You know, I'm a systems engineer.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
The local area network will have what we call routers. The routers are machines, they're gadgets that interconnect a local area network with a wide area network, which is one.
So what you are saying in essence, Comrade Daniel, is that the issue of technological infrastructure is not even an issue where Nigerians that the Senate should be worried about.
It's not an issue. The issue is the issue of corruption and deliberate mischief. Deliberate mischief that is against patriotism. Patriotism in the sense that they don't want us to have digital voting system where the electorate, whom are the larger Nigerian citizens, should decide who to lead them. If you look at our leaders, you see how partisan they are. They are affiliated. In fact, they take their political parties to be so supreme to the extent that the president can spend whooping billions of money, of naira, to induce governors and senators into his party, the APC, forgetting that the larger electorate and the larger Nigerian citizens are not even members of any political parties, but these are citizens that want government genuine policies of emancipation policies, of freedom policies, of egalitarianism policies, of governance to reach them.
All
They
right.
are not members of the political party.
All right, Comment Daniel.
Because they also
Can you hear me, Comment Daniel? Can you hear me, sir?
hold on. They also know that Nigerians, if Nigerians do not get the blueprint of their manifestos and their mandate, they promised us from 2015 to now, a difference or a contract that is supposed to be vivid from the past administration of PDP. And if Nigerians do not get this thing in their livelihood, it means 2027 is not going to be easy for them to return to their various political responsibilities.
All right. Comrade Dan.
Comrade Daniel, can I just ask, can we just, let me just ask one or two questions. Okay, I want to thank you very much once again for your thoughts on this matter. And I think I want to align with you in some areas and also a little bit disagree with you in some areas as well. For example, you did mention that Nigerians don't have a political party. We have a common political party, the masses, which is hunger. Hunger is the meeting point of an average citizen. That's our political party here in Nigeria. Promises keep coming, keep rolling like drums, and at the end of the day, the politicians don't meet up to this promise. Now, I also want to agree with you on the aspect of that the digital invention is not an excuse. And I want to say this. Back in the days, when we had NEPA, the NEPA bill gets to every community. How did they achieve that?
Yes.
The NEPA bill gets to every community.
And that brings the question.
Then we don't have technology then.
Yeah.
No matter how remote that community is, the bill, you must get NEPA bill. Now we have meters. We have SIM cards. We have over close to 200 million, active SIM cards. Why can't we, align ourselves with such technological advancement vis-a-vis with INEC, and then people can vote, and in less than 6 hours we are done with voting?
All right, that's a big question. So, Comrade Daniel, let me quickly ask you this now. So, how much influence should public opinion have on legislative decisions of this magnitude? Because it appears that the Senate are succumbing to public pressure now.
Oh, not just public pressure. There's something you said again. Okay.
Let me tell you, OJ and Chidi in the studio. If the federal government, and namely the National Assembly, both arms of the National Assembly, the Senate and the House of Congress, if they do not take time to agree with the electorate and the Nigerian citizens now to have a digital transmission in real time of our electoral results, having judged from all perspectives that it is very easy and it is doable. It is doable. Even with 2G, you can transmit results. Even with 5 megabytes per second, you can transmit results. And if they choose not to do it and they hinge their excuses on the fact that technical glitches of no network availability, when we know that it is possible for MTN, Globalcom, Etisalat, Airtel to be in every villages, and that as a private institutions or private organizations, the government could even do better. The government, if they want to contract them to ensure they use their WAN or their LAN, their local area network or their wide area network, they can plant max, because if I have just 40 billion, not 400 billion, if I have 40 billion, I can network all the nook and crannies of Nigerian villages to Nigerian Sat1 or to INET water. So that should never be an excuse. But we are seeing it as a deliberate mischief that if they don't take time in 2027, they are going to see the forces of the masses against the forces of the elite.
All right.
And I tell you, you can't take people for a ride all the time. The people want to emancipate themselves from this mental slavery, from this quagmire of retrogression. A country that continues to retrogress. Can you imagine that Nigeria have a CBN, the Central Bank of Nigeria, attached with commercial banks of Nigeria? And these commercial banks, they are in all our local areas, and they have networks. You have your BVN, I have my BVN, I have my ATM. These are digital materials. And how can you give us a voter's card as a digital material and you want to collect my result via analog? That is a mischief and a deliberate mischief. And it will be unacceptable come 2027. They should be ready to see the real revolution. And when I mean revolution this time, I mean the revolution of the masses that will not continue to compromise standard, to compromise governance, to compromise their human rights. Nigeria government of Tinubu and whatever Akpabio should get ready for us.
Okay, now, Comrade Dan. Okay, that's really nice there. So what do you expect tomorrow when the Senate will be reconvening, as a result of, perhaps, as a result of this controversy? Because they've not really told us why they are reconvening tomorrow. They've not made it official that it's because of that, but from all indication, it's because of this controversy we are discussing.
That's why it's called emergency.
Okay, so what do you expect from them tomorrow? What do you expect from them tomorrow?
I expect them to be patriotic senators, to be distinguished senators, to be senators of egalitarianism, to be senators that want the country to be on the path of progression, development, to meet the best words, to be senators that will give us digital voting system and real-time termination of results. How can you be in a vehicle where the driver is blind? You definitely know that we are headed for what? Accident. Nigeria can be destroyed by the same senators, and the same senators can make Nigeria on the path of progression to El Dorado. That is what I expect from them, and nothing more. If they do anything other than what Nigerians want. I tell you, what we are seeing today as insecurity is a mere one. What is going to happen is going to be the force of the people versus the force of the of the stupid airline. Let me use that word.
No. You have to take down. You have to take back that word.
In as much as we respect your thoughts, and
yes,
we also want you to be
to show some decorum, please.
Decorum to your language.
All right. So. No. There are some words that are very, very, harsh or very strong to be used on. So, quickly, please, Chidi, as try to wrap.
I want to also say something.
Yes.
You are trying to abolish real-time transmission, technically, but you can transfer money in real time. That's what you can transfer money to your girlfriends. You can transfer money to your clories in real time.
Okay, so
but you cannot transfer. But when it comes to the electoral process, real time becomes an issue.
Okay, so
that has to tell you that that's what you call in our local parlance that a monkey hand there, it on the soup.
Okay, so Chidi and Comrade Dan, as we try to wrap up, please. As we try to wrap up. So, what is now the difference using this last analogy you guys have just used now? What is now the difference between transfer and transmission? Quickly. What's the difference?
Well, it's like the neck and the throat. They said neck, you said throat. What is the difference between throat and neck, Eugene?
Now, transfer and transmission.
Yes.
Transfer is that you are at leisure, but you are sending something and it's going in real time. Now, transmission is that somebody is waiting for you, is expected to receive your connectivity. You get me?
Yes.
Why transfer can be said the person is not waiting but is terminating on real time. Transmission is that if somebody is there, is already waiting to receive your communication, and so as you are doing it, is transmitting in real time. Transfer is in real time, but the person can use it at wherever
when it is convenient.
The result at that moment. At that moment, and I said the two are pari passu. They are all using either the local area network or the wide area network. And in conjunctivity, the realtors. These things are very simple. These things.
I think we've lost that communication there.
Well, for me, transmission is
like as we're talking now.
Yes,
talking now. I think you are hearing me.
Of course.
This is transmission. You get me?
Yes.
And then by the time we are through, the link that you are sending to me to watch what I have done, this is what that one will be called transfer. People can watch it even later. You get me? They can watch it even later, and even tomorrow, even the next year, they can watch it. But people can also edit that one. They can edit that one and then change the way I talk or the way I look. They can even use AI to manipulate my voice, to manipulate my picture, to do whatever. That is transfer. So, because I did not do it in real time, but this one that I'm doing in real time with you now, nobody can manipulate it, OJ.
It's organic. It's organic.
And
that is what the Nigerian people want.
Yes.
All right. We must, thank you very, very much, Comrade Daniel Edoache Atei. Of course, he's a former legislator.
My name is Atai.
Atai, I beg your pardon. Yes, Comrade Daniel Edoache Atai. Thank you very much for joining us this morning on the P&B Morning Show, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. Thank you for joining us.
God bless you. Thank you for having me.
All right, and that has been, of course, Comrade Dan there, dissecting.
I think I like that. I like it.